Go to the Jiu-Jitsu tournament for those of you that are watching Pan Am this coming weekend. And go collar elbow, boom. Okay? Here I have Alfred. Now it's difficult for me to come in on Alfred and get a takedown because he's just going to stiff arm me. Okay? So this is what I call my judo killer. If you look, he can't stop me from going down, and he can't stop my lateral movement. So we're going to combine all those into one motion to get his leg. If I just try to get his leg, I can't get it. Stiff arm me. So look what I'm doing. In, here, and then down. Okay? Now the way that works, very simple. I have my collar elbow grip. I change my level, I take a step to the outside and I roll my shoulder. Okay, what that does is I get rid of that grip here. One, come up with my head in his ribs. Two, and I have my single leg takedown. The way the finish that we're doing is running the pipe. Okay? Collar elbow, come in, head up position. Use my leg, I squeeze. Look at my feet. I have a really staggered stance right here. My hands coming from the outside. I'm gripping like this. And down. Okay, give a little bit of a bow. That's finish number one. One more time. Collar elbow, come in. One, two, and out. Finish number one. Finish number two. Who's more flexible? Stephanos, you flexible? Okay, cool. Finish number two. Maybe you're going against someone with good balance. Maybe you don't like running the pipe. The treetop finish. Collar elbow, come in. One, two. Now instead of running the pipe, look what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to hike down his leg like this. One, and the ring is like looking like a foot lock. Okay? I'm going to hold. From this position, I'm either going to push Stephanos, so he's going to go down. In Jiu-Jitsu, it's exactly what happened. In wrestling, they'll turn over. Well, in Jiu-Jitsu, they don't want to get their back taken. Okay, finish number two, he's going to push his knee. So I come in here, one, I stay low. I hike my body down, my right hand comes up, I hold this. Number two, look at this finish, it's a little dirty. I'm just going to twist his knee. Like this, boom, and he goes down. It's really important that you focus on a twist and go down. Okay? So come here, one, get this here, drop down, now look at the twist. I'm literally twisting his leg this way. I'm turning it the other direction. Right here, boom, set up those down, getting my quick pass. Okay, so you have your two finishes. You have your right in the pipe, you have this one right here. Double leg takedown. You're going to be tested on your wrestling stance and your entry. My good wrestling stance is right here. If I'm right leg forward, if I'm left leg forward, I'm right here. I'm not reaching. I'm a good stance. I'm going to test you on how you take your shot. The way you should take your shot is simple. I'm in here. One. Okay, notice I didn't drag my leg. Look at what I did. I'm in position here. I level change and took a step at the same time, and I'm reaching. Okay, reaching here, knee hits the ground. This one pops up. The reason I do that is if I drag my leg, it takes too much time. And then I come up. Right here, one more time. Here we go. Boom. I'm in position. In real time, when I take my shot, boom. Exactly what we're looking at. Now when we do our setup, I'm going to just call it the bullfighter setup. Once again, I can't get in on Stephanos because he stiff arms me. I'm going to snap him down. One, two, three. As I release, he pops up a little bit. Come in position. And I'm in on my shot. Actually, with Alfred. Okay? Bullfighter setup. I'm here. One, two, three. That pops up. I'm in on my shot. That was really good because I don't really have to take a shot. I'm just changing levels. My hands are right here behind the knee. I'm off to the side. A lot of what you do for your takedown movement is going to be with your neck. The neck does a lot of the movement, especially when a big guy like Alfred. I'm not going to be able to just knock him over. I need to use my neck for momentum. So look what we're doing. One, two, three. He pops up. No shot necessary. Just dropping in a position. Hands are in here. I'm going to look like Alfred wrote something about me on his shoulder. It's a sneaky guy, he probably did. So right here, off to the side. One, two, three. Cut the leg. And we land here. It's really important that you emphasize using your neck to complete the movement. One, two, three. Pops in. Here. This is my step. Look at my neck. My neck's here. 1, 2, off to the side, boom. Yeah, we'll show you from this angle too so you guys can see. So 1, 2, 3. I come in, 1. Look at my, looking this way. 1, 2, 3, chop. And we're landing into one of the control positions. So that's what I expect you to know for your takedown portion. Now, next part of our test. Look at our notes here. It's written down. We have positions 1 through 5. Now don't forget, if you need an in-depth review, positions 1 through 5, check the Selva app. I have everything in there. 1 through 5 is demonstrated. I'm going to do a quick review of 1 through 5. So, position number 1 is side control, okay? Basic side control. My left leg's right here, my left hand in position, my right hand blocking the hip. This is position number 1, okay? Notice I don't allow his elbow to come in. He gets his elbow to come in, the other start escaping. So, we go position number 1, here, 1. Position number 2, my right hand comes underneath, get my head and arm, I can move my chest up a little bit. We do number 2, however, make sure not to go too far forward. I can start getting rolled and I'm going to lose my balance. Okay? So 1, 2. Number 3, my right hand comes to the shoulder, my left hand moves back to this shoulder, and I switch my hips. Making sure my chest is nice and low. Once again, taking caution not to get rolled over. That's the biggest mistake a lot of beginners make. Even wrestlers will do it too, because holding your base for jiu-jitsu is a little different than other sports. If I'm too far back like this, I think I'm holding a good pin, Alpha pushes me forward, boom, I'm gonna lose my balance. So hold this here nice and tight. Number 4 is the reverse of this position. Okay, number 3 is called Keisugatami, number 4 is called reverse Keisugatami. The way I set it up, I get my left hand, like I tell the kids, bring it around the world and block the head. Grab my hands together. I'm going to switch my hips the opposite direction. I'm just kind of hanging out here like I'm chilling at the beach. Okay? Here I'm in a good position. Right here, no matter where Alpha tries to move, I'm able to follow him. My left leg's my homing missile. Notice my legs are not like this, my legs are right here. There's a lot of good stuff that we can do from this position. We'll go into that later. Number 5 is the mount. Number 5 is north-south. My right hand is on the hip. Blocks right here, come directly into the north-south position, okay? So like I said, it's going to be a fast review. On the app, there's an in-depth view of positions 1 through 5. So Alpha back down again, please. We'll go over this. So, number 1, okay? Number 2, right hand comes underneath, grabs the head. Number 3, reverse Keisugatami. Right hand on the shoulder, left hand on the shoulder, switch the hip. Number 4, reverse Keisugatami. With your left hand, bring it around the world, block the head, switch the hips. Number 5, going to push off directly in the north-south. Boom. So this position is number 1 through 5. Number 1 is side control. Number 2 is head and arm. Number 3 is Keisugatami. Number 4 is reverse Keisugatami. And number 5 is north-south. On your next test, I'm expecting to have you guys be able to do that to both sides. Right now, one side's sufficient. If you want to go for extra credit points and impress me, you're more than welcome to go ahead and show the demonstrated control of both sides. So, let's see. Next part of our test we have right here for our control positions. Now we're going to do Kimura sweep, cross stroke from the mount escape, triangle arm bar. Okay, cool. All right, so next thing we're doing is our basic Kimura. They borrow, Roy, I'm waiting for this one. So as you guys already know, when you get your initial part of the lesson here, the Kimura and the Kimura sweep are one of the fundamental submissions that you use. It's really important that you have mastery of this because they're equally effective gi and no gi. What I'm going to go over first is I'm going to go over the Kimura sweep, and then I'm going to show the actual Kimura itself. So different times they use the Kimura. Sometimes you pull the guy down, try to work a choke. Common defense is for them to pop up, right? He pops up. I'm going to take this opportunity to actually work my sweep. What's going to happen is I'm going to come up. Okay? I'm going to come up like this. I come up here, reach over, make sure my hand's extended, opposite foot on the ground. I'm going to hip up and over. Boom, directly in the mount position. Okay? Just like this month's curriculum, you should be holding your Superman mount right here and holding all your 4 points. So how do we do that? Let's break it down real quick. I made sure that I came up on my hand, okay? Look, I come up on my hand here, and it's okay to open your legs at this point. I have short legs, so I have to make sure I have them opened up. My left hand is posted. I have good torque. My right foot's on the ground. And what I'm doing is almost like when I throw a tie kick. Coming up and over, boom, okay? We're in position. A Kimura sweep, although you can't get away with it, is not this. It might work, but look, my hips are... Okay guys, sorry for the camera difficulty. We're gonna go over the Kimura sweep portion. So now, we did a Kimura sweep. We came up here, Roy made it difficult for me, pull me down. Look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab his wrist and I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna make my chicken wing, because chicken wings taste good. I'm not just gonna twist from here. I need to make sure that I have Roy's shoulder to the ground. So here we are right here. I'm gonna keep my right leg up and the same side, that is the arm is the foot that I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna hip escape out to the side and force Roy's shoulder. Can you zoom in on this part right here? I'm gonna force Roy's shoulder to the ground and hip escape. I'll have this close, a small little twist. And he taps. What's happening is, as I force him to the ground, right here my hand's okay, but I'm forcing that shoulder, it really impacts my range of motion. And I don't care how flexible you are, it's gonna hurt. So, I'm up here, you snag your Kimura, I come up here 1, he puts me back on the ground 2. Hold the wrist, right leg up, hip escape out to the side, you get your Kimura, and then you finish, okay? Extremely simple. So what else we have? Next part of our test, we have our cross choke from the mount, and we're going to have also our mount escape. So if you did your Kimura sweep correctly, you should end up in top position. Okay? So right here, a little bit of review. Then my Kimura sweep, up and over, boom. Roy's in position here. Got Kimura sweep. Now let's focus on our cross choke, okay? Cross choke's a fundamental submission for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The way we're gonna set that up is easy. I'm gonna open up the gi, I'm gonna go 4 fingers in. Guys, see that? 4 fingers in, all the way to the back. Here, 1. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go thumb in on this side, here. Now this is a little tip a lot of people neglect. I'm gonna get my wrist, I'm gonna turn them up like this. Now remember, all the chokes are the same in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm cutting the blood off to the carotid artery. A little bit of a side note, thing about philosophy and the principles of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on arm locks and arm lock, because the arm gets extended, whether it's an arm bar, a reverse arm bar, a shoulder lock, a Kimura, a key lock, all the same thing. It's basically a Kimura, a choke's a choke. The only other variation of the choke you have is that you become the carotid artery off for the gi here, or you're bringing an arm across the head. Me doing a head and arm is the same thing as a bravo. They think about the same thing as a triangle. So even though it looks complicated, basically you're either extending the joint here, you're twisting the joint with a Kimura, or you're cutting off the blood to the neck with using the gi of the carotid artery, or you're bringing the hand across the face and you're getting a triangle. So you think about it, there's really only 4 or 5 different submissions. We just have them set up differently. Okay, now back to the move. So here we are right here. Open this up. 4 fingers in. 1. Thumb inside here. 2. Twist this up. I'm going to pull back and choke. Going to come in. My head's going to hit the ground here. I'm using that for base and pop this up. When I'm choking, I'm not bringing my elbows out. I'm bringing them back. Another mistake is when people will do the choke, they'll rest all the weight on the chest here and they won't get the choke. It's important to open up. 1, 2, okay? I'm gonna lean forward and pull back. Okay, that's a cross choke from the mount. Now, your mount escapes. There's 2 of them that you should know. Actually, there's 3, but I'll give you a choice of variation. So, here we are right here. Common concepts. Now remember this, everything in Jiu-Jitsu, you want 2 hands in or 2 hands out. The minute I start doing this and putting my hands up, I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to make it easy for my opponent to isolate the joint. I do this, what am I giving, Roy?
Arm bar.
Arm bar, right? I open up here, what am I giving you right here?
Choke.
The choke, okay, so you have a good defensive position in here. The easiest escape for you to do is called the oompa escape or bump escape. Typically what happens, the guy on the top's going to go for what I call the jab in Jiu-Jitsu, the cross choke. Roy brings his hand across for the cross choke, which he's supposed to do. 1, okay. If I take too long, exactly, I let him get that other hand, I'm screwed. So what I'm gonna do is when I feel this hand, I start working my defense. My right hand's gonna grab the forearm, left hand's gonna grab the shoulder, the elbow joint here. I'm gonna compress, okay? What that does is that tightens my gi right here on the neck. It's gonna make it difficult for him to finish the choke. 1, 2. My left foot's gonna block the outside of his foot here. I'm gonna bump up and over this way. Here, 1, back to guard. I'm not out of the woods yet. Making sure to get my right hand, push away, okay? Here we are right here. Roy goes for his choke. Okay, I take too long, I'm screwed. So grab it here. Hold this tight. Left hand holds right here. I'm gonna bump up and over. I'm gonna bump here. Bump. Making sure my hand's on the gi. Push away. Walk my hands back. I'm in a strong position. I just showed him how to do the Kimura sweep. I just back out here and I'm holding up. I'm gonna get swept. So my hands are in a good place for my defense. Escape number 2. And escape number 2 is very simple. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated and sometimes you're gonna have to use it. The first one depends upon your opponent attacking. Sometimes your opponent won't attack. So we'll start working out of here. Okay? So the strip escape. And this is why hip escapes are really important. I'm gonna get my hands, I'll keep them in tight. I'm gonna put one foot, keep it here, and I'm gonna turn on my side. Okay? Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one elbow and one hand right here. Okay? I'm gonna push. Or you can use 2 hands, it's up to you. I'm gonna hip escape out this way. 1. Okay, see how that opens right up? I'll keep the other direction. Hip escape 2. I'm pulling right back into my close guard. Okay? Real basic escape. As you progress, you're gonna find out which escapes work for you. Okay, here, 1 here, automatically turn on your side. When I turn on your side, don't turn all the way over because you don't want to get your back taken. In this position, once I get it, it's important that I start hip escaping aggressively. If I come here, I'm gonna hip escape. 1, 2, and pull right back into close guard. Okay, one more time. So remember, when I'm doing this, I'm hip escaping. That's why when I have you guys hip escape, I'm having you hip escape up, I'm hip escaping out to the side. So notice when I do that, I open up his legs. That's what makes it easy, or easier. Nothing's easy. Here we are on our side. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna push. 1. Okay. 2. Controlling the sleeves, pulling right back into close guard. And we have position now. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do right here are the fundamental submissions that we have from a guard. Like I went over earlier, we have different, chokes and stuff. They're all the same. A triangle choke is essentially an arm across the neck. A gi choke is basically stopping the carotid artery. An arm lock is hyperextending the joint, and a shoulder lock is a Kimura, which twists the joint. Those are your 4 basic submissions. When you get to the feet, it's still the same thing. You got your straight foot lock that's extending the foot. You got basically a knee bar, which is an arm bar on the knee. The only one that's different is a heel hook. It's the twisting motion of the knee. Okay, so now, our basic submission, we have our cross choke from the bottom. Okay, let's have our arm bar. Here's how we're going to set up our basic arm bar. Our left hand's going to grab the gi right here, and my right hand's grabbing the outside of the elbow. See that? Right here. 1, 2. I'm just going to give this arm a little push this way. Okay? Not too aggressive. I'm going to reach up. I'm going to put it on the gi. Left foot's going to go on the hip. And I'm going to windshield wiper. 1, 2. Get the arm. So, this way. That's the different angle. So here we are right here. My left hand holds here. Right hand brings this over. I stop. Other hand's going to secure the gi. If you're going no gi, you're going to want to grab the back of the shoulder right here. So for now, we'll grab here 1. Next, I'm going to put my foot on the hip. Notice I'm not hip escaping. I'm not doing this. I'm windshield wipering. As I move to the side, I get my angle. It's like a side crunch, like this. My right foot is coming up to the armpit. Here, is that rotation? Rotate here. I'm gonna push in the face because we don't like stiffness. Get my left leg, bring it over, and I'm gonna crank. Now, notice I'm not crossing my legs. Reason being, Stephanos pops up, I can't stop him, okay? By having my left leg right here, I'm biting down with his head. Head control. Stephanos starts getting up, look at this. Come on, Stephanos. Free gold team, whole year, come on. Right there, see? Here we go. Have good control. Gonna make sure his thumbs are up. I'm gonna hip up here, okay? Then it's over, 1. Control here, 2. Foot on the hip, rotate, push, okay? Making sure I control the fist right here. My arms tight, hips, boom, okay? Submission 1, that's our arm bar. Next one I expected you guys to know was your triangle. We're gonna set the triangle up for my open guard. 4-finger grip right here on the wrist. You can use pistol grip. Problem with pistol grip is sometimes when the guys are strong, Stefano stretches his arm back, I lose the grip. Hold this grip, Stefano stretches his arm back, I have control. They're little hooks. Okay? I'm gonna put my foot on the hip. 1, 2, get in position. Now we're gonna get on the bicycle. Okay? See, my foot goes right here where the arm bends. Not on the shoulder, not on the forearm. Right here where the arm bends. The blade of my foot. 2. And get on the bike, ride the bike. Stefano's the bike when I'm ready. See how that extends in? I said earlier, in jiu-jitsu, we need 2 hands in and 2 hands out, right? So here we are, 1, 2, 3, look. 1 in, 1 out. Hip up and lock up the best triangle that you can. It doesn't have to be clean. This is what we start working now. I'm gonna hip up, bring the arm across. Notice when I do that, I hip up, I use my abdomen to hold Stefano's arm in place. My right hand is gonna grab the back of the head. My left hand is going to grab his shin. It's okay now for me to do this. Nothing's gonna happen. He can't pop up on me because I'm holding here. I'm holding him down. This is creating a wall. I'm going to turn again, just like what I did with my arm bar. But my goal this time, instead of coming up on the armpit, is to make my calf muscle and my shin parallel with Stefano's shoulders the best that I can. 1. Okay, now I bring this over. 2. There's my choke. Okay, got adjustment here. Now to finish the choke, I'm going to squeeze this down and pull his head. Simple, okay? So, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ride the bike. Pop through best I can. Those of you that are a little taller are going to snag this up right away. Hip up, bring this across. Remember I said the concept of the same thing as the head and arm hook. His arm is blocking his windpipe. I'm going to grab the back of the head, grab the shin, get my angle. Here, boom. Okay, so that's a triangle setup. Now we have our triangle arm bar, we also have omoplata. The triangles and the arm bars, this is where we get a little bit more advanced. Okay, I have my triangle. Maybe I can't finish stuff unless he starts popping up a little bit. Look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab here, so I'm grabbing his arm, literally just, boom. That's all it is, extremely simple. I have this tight, you know, I'm trying to finish Stefano's, the big dude is coming in, I'm gonna make sure my hand's holding, okay? Depending on your flexibility, you can usually just bring this over, or if you're not as limber as fast, it's okay, like I'm holding this down, my foot is on his hip. Even if he comes up, it's not gonna hurt me, it's actually giving the submission because my hand's holding his arm in place. I rotate my hips this way. On this one, you can cross your legs. This is the angle that we're in. We pop up here, 1. Okay? So we're in our triangle here. Stephanos, I can't choke him, he starts popping up. Here, boom. Simple arm bar. Next, we have, hold up. So we had our triangle arm bar, and we have our omoplata combo, and we also have a pendulum. Okay, so sometimes when you're going for a traditional arm bar or a triangle, you have to do omoplata. Now you won't always finish an omoplata, but it's the #1 transitional movement on the bottom. This is what separates a white belt from a blue belt from a purple, and yes, even a brown from a black. Having a good omoplata is that important. So we'll go back to our first move. Have my arm bar here. I go for my arm, Stephanos pulls his arm out. Look what I'm gonna do. My right leg is automatically gonna kick over shoulder, and my right arm's gonna control his wrist here. 1. So we are right here. Position, I go for my arm bar. He pulls out right away. I'm gonna control the wrist here, making sure it's bent. Kind of like a Kimura. My right leg's gonna kick down here, and I'm going to hip escape this way. Just, my goal is to make sure that his shoulders are the ground. I'm gonna underhook, because I'm mean, I'm gonna underhook his armpit. I'm gonna keep this twisted. Look at my legs, they are not locked. A typical mistake is they think you have to triangle your legs, you don't. I'm gonna come over here and whisper something nice and stuff on us ear. Okay? What's happening is I'm twisting the shoulder joint, just like a Kimura, it's the same thing. The concept is I'm isolating that shoulder joint and I'm twisting it. Alright guys, so the last part of our test is on the fundamental guard move. It's the pendulum sweep. Pendulum sweep is pretty good because it sets up a lot of the transitional movements. Off a good pendulum sweep, you can get armbar, omoplata, lots of other things. Right now we're going to go over the basics of the pendulum sweep. So pendulum sweep is a move that I do from close guard. Okay, so what I'm going to set this up is I'm going to pull in, Alpha's going to pop up. Okay, I'm going to get my hand and I'm going to come underneath and I'm going to grab the back of his tricep. I can get that either by underhooking here or just popping the hand in the tricep. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him into me and I'm going to dive my hand under his leg. Like this. One. That's why it's called a pendulum. Okay, I'm in position here, have my guard closed, have the back of his tricep. I'm going to dive my hand underneath his thigh and I open up my legs at the same time. Here, one. Pendulum on the clock goes back and forth. Here we go. 1, 2, and we get top position. Okay? Couple do's and don'ts of this move. We're positioned here, pop in 1. Back of the tricep, cool 2. My hand's gonna dive underneath, I need to open up my legs. What I'm not doing is I'm not hip escaping. I see that a hip escape, Alpha pops up, just stand up. You know, Alpha just stands up, makes it difficult for me to get it, okay? So we're in right here, I come in, I try to hip escape, Alpha just gets up real quickly, look, I lose my move. So the point of this is to be sticky and to be tight. So I'm in position here and I come, Alpha tries to stand up from this position, he actually ends up giving me the sweep. Go right here, 1, here 2, this hand dives underneath and I open this out of here. You're gonna exaggerate almost like you're coming in from an armbar. To finish, look, this is coming down. I'm coming down on my side and this is gonna kick forward, I'm gonna elevate here, come on top. Here we go in position 1, 2, open up. Extreme high percentage sweep. Now, I said that this move opens up a lot of other moves, and there's a few things that we can do from here. For the test, you're going to be responsible for just knowing the omoplata portion. Come in here, got position 1. I'm sorry, the armbar portion. Let's turn this one off. Actually, okay, now look. Common defenses are going to use this hand to defend. I'm going to come here and sweep. Alpha blocks the sweep. I'm going to bring this hand underneath. Give him a good slap in the face here. Wait, right up? Yeah. Actually, you can step in here. Real quick. Your arm okay? Yeah. Sorry guys, Alfred has a bad arm. We didn't want to mess that up. We still like him. Okay, so I'm in position here. Let's turn this way, Stephanus. Please, turn this way. Okay. So right here, I go for the pendulum sweep. Boom. He puts his hand to defend. Right hand. Right hand. Yeah, right hand on the floor to defend. Put your right hand on the floor. Stop the sweep. I'm going to bring this up here. Slap him in the face, get the arm bar, okay? So I go for the sweep, I come here, boom, he defends with his hand. I'm gonna bring my hips, like my leg's gonna help me, and I'm gonna slap him in the face. 1, slap, come over, arm bar, okay? One more time. So I come through here, 1, boom. Now look, the slap is just a joke, guys. It is necessary, but it just help you remember. What's happening is this leg's help bumping his arm, my arm, and I'm slapping at the same time. So I'm coming here, 1, 2. Slap the face, this leg comes over, high percentage arm. One more time. Okay, here, 1, bring this through, slap, arm bar. Okay, one more time. And we're in position. In real time when you guys do it, it's going to be something like this. 1, 2, boom. Alright, so there you guys have it. You have a review of all the moves that you're gonna need for your test this coming Saturday. If you have any questions, feel free to ask myself or one of the other coaches in class. Don't forget the reviews this Saturday, 12 o'clock at the gym in Montebello. Okay, so make sure you come on time. Now, to make it difficult, a little surprise twist, I'm gonna test you out of order. Okay, so the moves aren't gonna be sequential. You might get everyone's gonna have the opportunity to display everything, and it's gonna be in a surprise order, so make sure you review this and you have this down. You might have to go double leg takedown into mount, and then end up having to do a mount escape or a cross choke. Aside from one individual moves, I'm expecting you to know this in a live situation. So it's a little twist we have right there, okay? So make sure you review it and get it down. See you guys on Saturday. Thanks.